Time now to open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's TWIB notes from around the majors.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to another week at Sidetracks Board Game Club in Ellwood City. We had a fantastic weekend this weekend with our inaugural Hack Wilson Memorial Baseball Tournament. Our big winner was Steve Miller, and the runner-up was Bryce Steffler. We had a great time playing our championship baseball game. There were some really close games, some extra inning games, walk-off home runs. We had a couple pitchers duels. It was a great time all the way around. Everybody had a ton of fun. Can't wait to do it again next year. On tap for this week, we have our after-school clubs on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Conductors Club will meet after school from 3 to 5 on Tuesday, and the Engineers Club on Wednesday from 3 to 5. Thursday night, we have our game and sip night from 6 to 9. So you're welcome to BYOB. Come down, hang out with some other adults, and have a good time. Friday and Saturday, we'll be having open gaming both days. Open gaming on Friday night is from 6 to 9 p.m., and Saturday is from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So we hope you'll come on down and pull up a chair and play some games with us.
Today's guest conductor from Take Me Out to the Ball Game, all the way from Sesame Street, Cookie Monster.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground.
In the last 7th inning stretch, we talked a little bit about card drafting as a mechanic that I really love in games. And it occurred to me after putting that video together that maybe I was getting ahead of myself a little bit because I really didn't even talk about the idea of mechanics and theme in games. So I thought today what we'd do is we'd take a step back, sort of start at the beginning and talk about the difference between mechanics and theme. All right? Some examples that I have in front of me here. I have a bunch of games that have a similar theme. Okay, this one's called Rattle Battle Grab the Loot. You'll be able to pick up on the theme real quick. Cargo Noir, Captain Sonar, Pirates Cove, Precious Cargo, Titanic, Pirate King, The Crew, okay? There's 100 games out there with nautical type themes, pirate themes, shipping themes, that kind of stuff. So theme is one thing, and sometimes the theme is what really gets you interested in a game. I'm a history guy, so any game that has a history theme is gonna obviously interest me. But these games are all vastly different in terms of the mechanics. Just as an example, this game is called The Crew, Mission Deep Sea, right? Obviously a nautical theme. This is a cooperative trick-taking game. So if you've ever played Hearts or Spades, it's just like that, except we're all working together. Instead of trying to compete against each other to take tricks, we're working together to complete certain missions. So this is a really unique game. It's very different than something like Pirate King, which, believe it or not, is actually probably more like Monopoly. This game is very similar to Monopoly compared to some other games. And so these games all have the same theme, but they have very different mechanics. And one of the things you'll notice once you start playing games, at first the themes are probably going to be what interests you and what sort of catches you, because you know those themes, you know the topics, whether it be nature or fantasy or science fiction, outer space, whatever themes and topics that you're interested in, just like the kinds of movies you watch or the types of books you read. Those are going to be the kind of things that you gravitate towards in terms of games. But the more you play, one of the things you'll start to do is you'll start to migrate towards those different mechanics. And in a lot of these 7th inning stretch videos, that's what I'm going to focus on, is talking about those different mechanics. Because that's what I look for when you come in and tell me you like a certain type of game. I'm not typically looking for a theme, although sometimes I will pick up on a theme. A lot of times I'm trying to find a game with similar mechanics in terms of the way it plays, the types of rules it has. And once you start to get into that kind of a genre, you sort of open up a whole different world, and it gives you a different way of thinking about the types of games you're looking for.
Coming up in a couple weeks, we're going to be having our monthly board game tournament. This month's tournament is the game 7 Wonders, which is a really fun card drafting game. So if you're interested in learning that game and getting in on the tournament, come on down and we'd love to teach it to you. It's a really fun game, not too difficult to learn, but has a lot of replayability. So the more you play it, the more you enjoy it, and you get to learn some of the different ancient wonders of the world, and it's a good time. Another exciting announcement this week: Sidetracks and Ellwood City will be represented at Gen Con this year, which is the largest board game convention in the United States. It's held in Indianapolis in the beginning of August every year. And my son Levi and I are going to be going out. We're going to be partnering, working with Kids Table Board Games and Burnt Island Games. We're going to be doing demos at their booth. So we'll be working the booth for that game company, hopefully getting some new games from them, and also spreading the word about Sidetracks to the folks out at Gen Con. So we've been to a couple other board game conventions, Origins in Columbus and PAX Unplugged out in Philadelphia, but have never been to Gen Con, and it's supposed to be the biggest and best in the United States. So super excited about going out to that. So we hope you'll come on down to the shop. We'd love to teach you some of these games, and we'd love to just spend some time playing games with you. See ya.